I'm just going to be frank with you. I think Trump is a sociopathic, narcissistic, blowhard, arrogant jerk. And yet, I voted for him. Why? Well, I'm going to tell you. Welcome back to Bible Bears, everyone. I'm Ryder Cullison. Why did Christians vote for President Trump? Trump had 70 million people come out and vote for him. Many of them evangelicals. Now, Christians are supposed to be righteous, right? We're supposed to stand up for justice. And yet, President Trump is accused of being racist, fascist. He's definitely narcissistic, probably somewhat sociopathic, has low empathy. He insults people right and left. Why in the world did Christians vote for him if we're supposed to be so good and righteous? Well, I'm going to tell you. But first, I want you to hit that subscribe button and the bell notification so that you will be alerted when I post new videos. Okay, first, this shouldn't be a surprise to anybody out there who isn't a Christian or who is a Christian. We voted for Trump because of abortion. Pro-Trump is pro-life. Ivanka Trump has come out and said, hey, I'm now unequivocally pro-life. Now, some of you guys who are pro-choice or who are on the left, who voted for Biden, here's your problem. You may have appealed to some evangelicals if you kept abortion at the first trimester. I personally believe life begins at conception. I get the struggles that women have and why they want to get abortions. I'm not here to condemn anybody. I'm just explaining to you why evangelicals voted for Trump. Because you went so extreme on abortion. Trump says, hey, I'm pro-life now. And you guys said, oh, you know what? We don't just want first trimester abortions. We want third trimester abortions. That's right. A woman is showing her baby is moving around in her stomach, and we want to give her the right to kill that thing in her stomach that will prevent her from pursuing her dreams. A 7, 8, 9-month-old baby. We don't want that. Are you kidding me? You lost the rest of the evangelicals who were somewhat moderate, who could have gone with the first trimester abortion. You totally lost them with spreading that evil. And then not only do we not want third trimester abortions, we don't want our federal tax dollars to pay for people's abortions. And not only that, we don't want our tax dollars to pay for people's abortions in other countries, which is what will happen when Biden gets back into office. Another reason why evangelicals voted for Trump is because the left shut down churches during the pandemic while keeping open liquor stores and Planned Parenthood. Yes, churches were deemed unessential. Non-essential to evangelicals, to other Christians, to Jews, to Catholics, whomever. You shut them down. During a pandemic, people go to church not just to worship God, but to be around like-minded believers, to get encouraged, to get social support. And you shut down, for many people, the biggest source of social support in their lives at a time when they needed it most. How did you think you were going to get their votes? Yes, we already understand the dangers of COVID, but more dangerous was removing from these people's lives the instrument of support that they so desperately needed at a time when morale was at an all-time low. Another reason evangelicals voted for Trump and just non-evangelicals or non-Christians is because of China. China is poised to take over the world. They are building up their military. Their navy is now larger than ours. They persecute their citizens, not just Christians, but Muslim citizens as well. They steal secrets from us, technological secrets. They spy on us, buy the world's complicitness in this by investing in other countries. So Trump got tough with them. He started a trade war and the left went crazy. Oh my gosh, this is going to sink us. And guess what happened? The stock market went up. The world didn't end. We needed somebody who's going to be tough on China, not someone who is allegedly in bed with them. Maybe the Hunter Biden laptop will reveal that. Does it really matter? Does anybody on the left even care that Biden is set to profit off deals with Ukraine and China? No, you guys don't care. And that's why Christians voted for Trump, because we don't want China eating our lunch or drinking our milkshake. Another reason is Trump recognized Israel by moving the U.S. Embassy to Jerusalem. You can't do that. War will break out in the Middle East. There will be bloodshed. The streets will be flowing, will be a river of blood. Guess what happened? Nothing. Trump got tough and said, you know what? We're an ally of Israel. I'm tired of all this nonsense. We're going to move the embassy to Jerusalem. Enough said. Guess what happened? Nothing. Everybody got over it. And now you've got these peace accords with 3 countries. They've between Israel and 3 other countries, Sudan, 2 others that escape me. They've agreed to normalization. Okay, this is a good thing. The media totally ignored it. Jared Kushner, who everybody accused Trump of nepotism, turns out he's pretty capable. Trump made a good decision. And now there's good things going on in the Middle East. How long will it last? I don't know. But for right now, it's good. And it was totally ignored by the left. Another reason why Christians and evangelicals, Catholics, Jews, whoever, appreciate this, because we see Israel as very important to our faith. Thank you, Trump, for standing up for him. Another reason Christians voted for Trump is because he sought to end the lawlessness that was going on in the streets. We don't like to see looting and pillaging and businesses destroyed. We don't like to see buildings burned. We don't like to see smoke rising from the cities. We definitely don't like to see the American flag set on fire. We don't like to see people getting stabbed or beaten in the streets. But the left said, oh no, just let them rebel. Let them purge their frustrations. You know what? Let's just defund the police while we're at it. Take away police powers, withdraw resources from them, and just let these people frolic in the streets, burning and destroying. Let them get out their frustrations, because it's going to make Trump look bad. Half the country saw that and realized what was going on. That's why Christians voted for Trump, because he wanted to put an end to lawlessness. Another reason why Christians voted for Trump was the increased talk of socialism coming from the left. Socialism seeks to basically supplant God as the main source of provision for the people. And that's eventually lead to total godlessness. Why would Christians, Jews, or any religious faith want the government to supplant God as the main source of provision? We don't want to worship the government. We don't want the government to be our daddy or our mommy. We rely on God for that. You're here to defend the nation and help build roads. In China, we see what's going on over there in that socialist nation. We don't want it repeated here. We don't want a huge economic downturn either. All this talk of socialism creeps us out. Even people in your own party, House Democrat from Virginia, Abigail Spanberger, said in an open call, in a conference call with the other Democrats after the election, when they were talking about, hey, why wasn't there this big blue wave? Why didn't we do better in the House seats? She got angry and said, look, I almost lost my seat. Don't say socialism ever again, she shouted on the call. Another reason why Christians voted for Trump is because everybody on the left was constantly calling people on the right racist or fascist, or attributing 200,000 COVID deaths to Trump, while ignoring their own racism, their own fascism in the street, by suppressing free speech at college universities, by shouting down people who are eating at restaurants, demanding people salute you, and by ignoring their own shortcomings when it came to dealing this pandemic, their own mistakes. There's many deaths attributed to liberal policies. And yet the media and the left ignored all that while throwing insults at the right. We're not fascists. We're not suppressing free speech. We're certainly not suppressing religion. These are all qualities of what's going on in the left. Vox, which is liberal, even in an article went to 8 professors who are experts on fascism, and every one of them said, well, we don't like Trump, but no, he's far from being a fascist. And then after the election, what really seems fascist to me is you have people in the Democratic Party saying, hey, we need to archive all these Republicans, make a list of them, all these people who supported Trump, so that we can hold them accountable in the future. Are you kidding? You're making lists now of people to go after? Is that not fascist? Does that not ring of Nazi Germany? You're going to round them up, put them in camps, take away their jobs, cancel them? These are all reasons why Christians voted for Trump. No, I'm not a big fan of Trump. I voted for him in 2016, and I felt really bad about it. I felt uneasy. My skin crawled. I don't like the things he says to people. I don't like the insults he hurls. And yet, for those 7 reasons that are very common sense, that anybody on the left should see and look at that. We don't want godlessness and socialism and fascism and the suppression of free speech. We don't want to be overtaken by China. We don't want abortions, especially 3rd trimester abortions, and we don't want to pay for abortions. Anybody on the left should be able to see that and go, yeah, we get it. We get it. Just as I look at you on the left and say, yeah, I get why you don't like Trump. He's belligerent, he's arrogant, he's narcissistic. I don't like his personality flaws either. But I think those 7 reasons are compelling and justifies why Christians and many Jews and many other people, spiritual people in the faith who love God, voted for him. What do you guys think? Add your reasons in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. Reasons why you didn't feel these were compelling enough to vote for Trump and you in turn voted for Biden. Or add your reasons why, in addition to these 7, why you voted for Trump. I don't care about any conspiracies or any claims of fraud right now. Those will come out in the future. That'll be interesting to track. But right now, just give me the reasons why you voted for Trump or why you didn't. I'd love to hear from you. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up, share, and subscribe. As always, I love you and have a blessed day.